My name is Megan Phan, and I am representing Richard Paul Minetti. And I wanted to become a Remembrance Scholar because, well, I'm a pre-med student, and so throughout all my experiences volunteering and interning and even in my coursework, I found out more and more that the role of a doctor is not only to, I guess, tend to sick patients or take care of sick patients, but also to take care of their families. And so I think that's precisely what we seek to do for Remembrance Week and as Remembrance Scholars, is that by conducting these events and by keeping the memory alive of the victims that were lost, we are kind of, in a sense, taking care of the victims' families in the same way that I hope to one day do as a physician. And so that was my initial connection to Remembrance. And I guess actually during this, I think it was in December something, so almost around the time of the crash, I decided to go up to the archives because I had a couple extra days on campus when everyone else was gone. And I was looking through a bunch of files and I came across Rick's files, and he has like 27 boxes of just journals and pictures and everything. And so I pretty much spent the entire day there, I think. And I think reading his journals are what kind of solidified that I wanted to apply to be a Remembrance Scholar. Basically, he kept accounts of a lot of the things that happened in his life. And reading through those things, I found that I really aligned with a lot of the things that he said. And he also had this thing called Rick's philosophy of life. And one of the things he said as closing was, do all you can while you can. And he said, you know, life is a one-time deal. And at the same time, he kind of wrote with this hopeless romanticism, but at the same time, he was kind of worried and skeptical about his life. And those are a lot of things that I also feel. And so I think had we met, we would have been good friends. But I was just speaking to another scholar about meeting his family, which I haven't done yet. But I'm excited and I'm scared. Excited because I want to see Rick in these people that he had left behind, the people that he's influenced while he was still here. And at the same time, I'm scared because I feel like I'm just gonna break down. I feel like the moment I see him, I'm just gonna break down, because I think that's really the moment it's going to become real. Like, it's going to be Rick as a person that's still here on Earth. An important thing to note about Remembrance Week is, you know, our theme is look back, act forward. So look back in the sense that we need to remember that at the end of the day, these people were people. They were students just like us. And I kind of like to say that they really could have been us in a different place or time. Like, they lived in the same neighborhoods, in the same dorms, and they, you know, shared the same study spots, and they were part of some of the same organizations that we're a part of now. And so I have friends coming back and forth from abroad, and so I think about these things all the time, and it kind of makes me sad that I have to think about, you know, terrorism and acts of violence and other possibilities. And I guess, hope to God that people that I love aren't in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I think that's really unfortunate that that happened to these students, as well as the other 270 people on the plane. And also the act forward component of that is, at the end of the day, this was an act of terrorism. And unfortunately, today, we still see acts of terrorism, acts of violence, and just flat out hatred in the world. As Remembrance Scholars, we try to do our job to relate events that are currently going on to that act of terrorism that happened so long ago, with the ambitious goal that we won't have to be experiencing things anymore. We won't have to be losing people because of pure hatred or pure negative motives.